If you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, you've probably got lots of questions. So, this is Diabetes Explained. Over 4 million people in the UK are living with type 2 diabetes. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, if you are overweight, especially around the waist, or if you have a family member with diabetes. People from Black African or African Caribbean backgrounds are 3 times more likely to develop type 2 diabetes than white Europeans, and it develops at a younger age. Understanding diabetes is useful so you can learn how to take active steps to manage the condition and stay healthy. So, what is type 2 diabetes? When you have type 2 diabetes, your body isn't able to convert the food you eat into energy effectively. Food you eat is made up of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Carbohydrates in particular affect your diabetes management. Carbohydrate is found in foods and drinks containing added sugar, like sugary drinks and cakes. Those containing natural sugar, like milk and fruit, and starchy foods such as yam, green banana, cassava, rice, pasta, and bread. During digestion, carbohydrate is broken down into a simple sugar called glucose. The glucose can then be used for energy or stored in the body. It gets stored in the muscles and the liver, and when these stores are full, it gets stored as fat. Once carbohydrate has been digested, the glucose passes from your stomach into the bloodstream and then into the cells to be used as energy. The glucose can't get into the cells without a hormone called insulin, which is made in the pancreas. Insulin acts like a key, opening a lock to let the glucose into the cells. The body changes the amount of insulin it produces according to the amount of glucose that comes into your blood from your meal. The body tries to maintain the glucose levels within tight limits. It does this by increasing the amount of insulin it produces when your glucose level is high. When your glucose levels are low, your body tops up the glucose in the blood from the stores in your liver. So, your blood glucose doesn't get too high or too low, and you have the energy you need. In type 2 diabetes, this control of your blood glucose doesn't work properly for one of 2 reasons. Either your body isn't producing enough insulin, or the insulin isn't working well enough. Sometimes this is what happens when you are overweight, as the fat stops the lock working. Either way, the result is the same. The glucose can't get into the cells, so it builds up in the bloodstream and your blood glucose readings will be high. In the short term, the result of high blood glucose or blood sugar is that you may feel tired, you may feel thirsty, or you need to urinate more frequently than normal. In the long term, however, having high blood glucose levels can damage your eyes, your nervous system, your blood vessels, and your organs, such as the kidneys and the heart. Therefore, it's really important that diabetes is controlled well. The good news is, if you get diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, you can still live a long, healthy life. There's lots you can do to help look after your diabetes. In fact, your health is in your own hands. Your lifestyle is the most important factor in how well you live with type 2 diabetes. This includes how active you are and eating the right foods, as well as watching your weight. Physical activity has lots of health benefits, including helping you manage your weight, reducing your blood pressure and cholesterol levels, and it really helps your body to manage your blood glucose levels. When you're active, your cells become more sensitive to the insulin in your system, so the lock that didn't work before now works, and glucose can get into the cells. The glucose that was building up in your blood gets absorbed into the muscle cells and can be used for energy, and your blood glucose levels fall. If you have type 2 diabetes, it is recommended that you do aerobic activity, like brisk walking, for 30 minutes a day, every day if you can, or at least 5 days a week. In addition, aim to do strength exercises to work the major muscle groups twice a week. If you aren't used to exercising, you can increase the amount of activity you do slowly. What you eat is also important. Let's start with carbohydrate. By cutting down the amount of carbohydrate you eat in each meal, you reduce the amount of glucose that goes into your blood, making it easier for your body to control your blood glucose level. You should cut down your portion sizes of the main starchy staples and hard foods, such as yam, rice, plantain, and sweet potatoes. Eat fruit, but not too much. And save sweets and sugary drinks for special occasions. The rest of your diet should be balanced and healthy, with lots of green vegetables, low-fat proteins like beans, chicken, fish, and low-fat dairy foods, and lots of fiber and whole foods. Apart from your lifestyle, your doctor may have prescribed medication for you. If you have been given medication, you should take it. With lifestyle changes, you may be able to reduce the medication you take, but not without your doctor's permission. So, just to recap, in type 2 diabetes, the insulin lock key mechanism isn't working, either because you aren't producing enough insulin or because the lock doesn't work properly even if the insulin is present. The result is that glucose builds up in your bloodstream. You can help manage your diabetes yourself by increasing physical activity, eating a healthy diet, and by taking your medication. Your health is in your own hands.